When did you realize your parents had already replaced you? I came home from college for winter break and found all my childhood trophies in garbage bags by the curb. My younger brother had taken my bedroom while I was gone, using my desk for his gaming setup, and mom just said we needed the space. They'd already donated my photos and awards to charity the week before. They'd bought him a $15,000 car while I was taking buses to campus because we couldn't afford it. Back in high school, Dad drove 8 hours to watch my brother warm the bench, but couldn't drive 40 minutes to my state championship. They converted the hall closet into his personal recording booth with equipment worth more than my entire year's tuition, while I shared a dorm room with 3 people. Dad called about refinancing the house to build my brother a separate entrance for his streaming career while I was eating ramen for the 3rd day straight. They spent $12,000 on his setup, but when I needed $200 for textbooks, mom said, use the library. I was washing clothes in my dorm sink because $3 for laundry meant skipping meals. They hired him tutors for the classes he was failing from gaming all day while telling me, you're smart enough to figure it out. They missed my research presentation that determined my scholarship because my brother had a teeth cleaning. When I landed the state's most competitive internship, Dad asked if it even paid. My brother hit 100 followers, and they rented a venue for his celebration party. Then graduation arrived, and I stood completely alone on that stage with highest honors while they watched my brother's online tournament from home. 3 hours was too far to drive, but they flew to California when he made it to round 2 of some gaming convention. Every relative got links to his streams, but nobody knew I'd graduated. The refinancing gave them $80,000, and they spent every penny on his streaming dream in 18 months, including $10,000 in tournament entry fees he never showed up for. Their retirement fund was next to go while I graduated debt-free through scholarships I'd earned myself. I got hired at a real estate firm and started specializing in helping first-time buyers who had no family support because I knew that struggle. Tori's parents showed up to my graduation with flowers when my own parents couldn't be bothered. They took me to dinner and her mom cried during my speech about overcoming obstacles, not knowing she was the only parent there for me. My first apartment became proof I didn't need them, furnished with thrift store finds and my own determination. I started with foster kids needing housing, then expanded my client base from there. My commissions grew fast because I worked 7 days a week with nothing else to go home to. Kyle became my business partner and taught me about property investment, helping me buy my first rental after 18 months of saving every penny. When I got engaged, Adrian's parents immediately asked my opinions on venues and flowers like my voice mattered. I kept trying though, sending holiday cards to silence and calling on birthdays to voicemail. When I texted about my first property purchase, mom only replied asking if I could loan my brother money for a new graphics card. I mailed them the newspaper article about winning Young Entrepreneur of the Year, and they never acknowledged it, but posted 20 photos when my brother started a new streaming channel with 0 viewers. By year 3, I'd leveraged my first property into 2 more rentals, while they kept pouring money into his dead career. 5 years after graduation, Dad called early Sunday morning, desperate. They were losing the house because they'd drained everything, including mom's inheritance, on my brother's streaming fantasy. Now they needed my best rental, the 3-bedroom I'd just spent $30,000 renovating, for family discount of 70% off. Mom actually said family helps family, which were the exact words she'd used when giving my brother my college fund. They hadn't asked how I was, just launched into how I owed them for raising me, and this was the least I could do. They'd seen my properties online and decided I was rich enough to carry them. Then came the kicker. My 23-year-old brother, still living in their basement playing games all day, would need his own entrance because his streaming schedule couldn't be disrupted. The same brother whose channels kept getting banned for inactivity. They wanted me to house them all practically free when they'd denied me $200 for groceries while I sold plasma to eat. They missed my graduation for his meaningless tournament. They told me I was smart enough to figure it out while hiring him tutors. They threw away my childhood but built him a recording booth. They spent over $100,000 on his hobby while I begged for textbook money. Now they wanted my success to save them from their choices. I told them I had a waiting list and hung up. They're living in my brother's friend's basement now.